Hello everyone, it's Mofi here. Welcome to another video. It's a pleasure to talk to you. In this video, I just wanted to show you this brilliant game I played against the newly crowned Europe champion in 2025, Matthias Bluebaum. Also, he was European champion in 2022. It was funny that I just checked. He became in March a Europe champion and late of March, and I played this game against him uh, in April, in early April. So let's see what happens. I started with knight to f3. He went to pawn d5 and pawn to e3. I think I played this game against him in Arena Kings, by the way. So I got randomly paired against him, e6, and I just go b3. I just played this Larsen opening. I didn't want to go into theoretical battle. Knight f6, bishop b2, bishop to d6 by him, and I just played bishop e2, just developing my pieces. He is also just developing his pieces. I'm putting pressure on the center with my pieces. He's physically putting pressure in the center with his pawns. c5. Now it's time to hit the center. We go for d4, b6, tries to develop his bishop, c4, bishop b7. We have a very intense, a lot of takes in the center, but I just wait for him to decide, and I just go knight c3, and here after knight b7, actually here I had to start capturing something either on d5, either on c5, because you are white, you have one more tempo, you can decide how the pawn structure goes. I just went rook c1, and now he could just take on c4 or just open his bishop, but okay, instead he's also saying you decide, and I said no, you decide with h3. He goes no, you decide, and I just say okay, let's let it be like this, and I just go for e4 though. We don't take on d4. He says okay, rook e8, and I just go rook e1, and he just goes rook b8. Nobody is interested. He just wants to keep the attention. It's just like, because principally you just don't want to reduce all the tensions in the center. You just want to keep the tension. So I just go e4 here. I said okay, we just forget about this. I add another pawn to the party, but this was a bad move. He punished it very well with cd4, knight d4, but now he played a move that he was a bit careless, and he just played e5, and this move changed the table a lot. Here a very annoying move for black was bishop e5. Actually, after this move, which computer suggests, it's just so annoying, because if you move the knight, then this knight can be captured, and then the pawn on e5, e4 is going to be under huge pressure. And yeah, the best move here is to just go here, but then this pawn could fall, for example. Yeah, bishop e5 was very annoying. This bishop, wherever it goes, one of these pawns fall. So that's why my e4 was not good. Instead, I had to just take on d5, and after e d5, for example, I play bishop f5. So e4 takes take, but he played e5, and now gave me this f5 square, and after d4 he played, I just got this d5 square as well. So look at my knights, his bishop got closed, and now what black's position is very difficult, because sometimes I just bring the queen, knight takes h6, this hook on h6 as well helps me a lot. So he just played knight c5, attacks my bishop, and I just played bishop b1. You don't want to allow this trade happen, and because I just can't kick this knight out eventually. He went knight e6. I don't know, he just bringing his pieces towards his king. He is kind of worried about the attacks. I go bishop a3 here, try to get some knight e7 in and fork, and he just plays knight c5 back. Very sad position for black, even though he has a protected pass pawn. My pieces are so active, and whenever you exchange the knight, I just can take and create a protected pass pawn for myself. So that's why he refrains from that. King h7, rook d1, and a5 stops b4, and here I go g4. I say okay, the center is closed. I have to go for some break with this help of this pawn, which could be a hook. Knight e6 controls these squares, and here yeah, this knight e6 was a bit problematic. Now I have bishop to e7, best move, attacking the queen and the knight. The position looks horrible, but now he finds a very nice a solution for that. This game, of course, was 3+0. There is no increment. He just sacks the exchange, and after knight f takes e7, attacking the second rook. Here he plays another brilliant move, rook c7, at least practically. Rook c7, just sacking the both rooks. Here, of course, I'm winning. If I could have found queen f5 check, it was just over, because after knight f6, I'm checkmating. And if you take, you're just getting crushed here. F7 also falls, but I didn't see queen f5. I just automatically took the rook. He take back with the bishop, and now I'm up 2 exchange, but the advantage is like +1 because the position is closed. This bishop is kind of very limited. He has 2 bishop. Yeah, I mean, my kind of the position is very closed. My rooks do nothing, kind of. He played king g8, a3. I want to go for b4, knight h7. He is trying to activate his queen. Maybe knight g5 tries to attack my king as well. I go queen g3, yeah, I didn't want to get hit with knight g5, and also maybe h4, not allowing queen h4, knight f8. He's really going for this f4 square. I have 1 minute, we have both 1 minute. I'm up kind of 20 seconds. Takes, knight g6, bishop to d3, knight to f4. He's trying to create counter attack, bishop d6, and I go rook b1, guarding this, maybe bringing the other rook and creating a pass pawn. Rook c1, bishop h4. He's just trying to find a way to infiltrate, and b5 here. He just wants to, for example, if I take, he just wants to take the knight and create something over my king. And here I just go rook a1. I just asked myself, okay, if this bishop was not on the board, then it's very difficult to create attack over my king. So let's just go for it. Rook a7, and he played queen b8, and here I just take the bishop, which was the best move. And here I just push the pawn, create a pass pawn. I was up 2 exchanges, so I just gave up one of them. Sometimes you should not be stingy, or I don't know, stingy. You should sometimes spend when you have the possibility. He played queen c6, and here actually with 52 seconds against 45 seconds, I played a strange move. I thought I have to just remove this queen from here, and this pawn is very powerful. I forgot about his counter attack over my king. Here, if I had to play rook a1, my position is completely winning. He has nothing. Even rook d1, just wait. I mean, infiltrating like this could be winning. I just took immediately, and I'm not completely lost. But after c6, I just completely forgot about this knight e2 check. I was so focused on this pass pawn. King g2, but actually it's still very difficult. Knight c1, c7. Here you have to go for knight d3, otherwise it gets complicated. Knight d3 with the idea knight e1 check, and also coming to f4. He played queen to c4, very natural move, because this pawn is getting queen. And if you play knight d3, for example, if I make queen, you just go check, and after for example, yeah, I don't have any good square. Here is check. If I go here, it's check with the queen on f1. So, and if I just take on f7, knight e1 check, king g1, and here only move is kind of queen e2. Very hard to find. So he just stopped this pawn with queen c4, but now I can take on f7, and the problem is that I'm giving check on f6 and winning the queen. Suddenly he's with 34 seconds. He thought a lot here, and 20 seconds after 20 seconds he played queen c2, attacking the pawn. And here I found the best move, queen to f5, controlling this c8 square and pinning this knight. He played knight d3. He's defending very well, allows me to make queen, but now this check is very annoying. The collaboration of queen and knight in attack is very dangerous to control. I take, and now in between move he doesn't take back, because he cannot take back because the knight is pinned. Queen f2 check. I have to go king h1, queen f1 check, king h2, and now he's lost, okay, because he's getting checkmated after queen g6. What should he do? This is a puzzle. It's 8 seconds. He had to solve this puzzle. He's of course looking for a perpetual, but if you give check on f2, I just go knight g2. He saw it and he panicked, or I don't know. He didn't see anything better. Not panic actually, because after king h1 there is no checkmate. Everything is controlled. So he had to find this bishop g3 check and then check, and then there is perpetual. But maybe you ask, okay, what's the problem with just taking the pawn? Taking the pawn, what's the problem? There is no check over the king, right? There is no check. But now, suddenly with 24 seconds on the clock, I found this nice tactic. Otherwise, I'm just lost. It's mate in 6 for black. Queen takes g6. And after king g6, queen f5, beautiful checkmate. I checkmate the newly crowned European champion, 2 times European champion. So it was a great honor for me. And it was a nice game we played. Of course, it was just a casual Arena Kings game. I think I was streaming, I'm not sure. But okay, he beat me a lot in bullet games before, but it was our first 3+0 game. Hope you guys liked it. If you guys liked it, make sure to put your comment. What do you think about this game? And like the video and subscribe. So we reached 2,000 subscribers already. I really appreciate all the support so far. We hit 800 subscribers. See you guys in the next videos and the exciting journey together. Ciao, ciao.